Terez Paylor, who is now the Chiefs beat man for the Kansas City Star, with us here on CBS Sports Radio, Tiki and Tierney. Terez, how are you today? What's happening?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We are doing well, Terez. The first question I have for you is, how is this Chiefs offensive line? I guess they need to get healthy is the first answer, but how are they going to protect Alex Smith? Because it looked like he was running for his life in the last preseason game and got sacked a couple times and scrambled a lot more.
Yeah, it looked like that in the first one, too. That's the big question surrounding this team. Got some questions at the tackle position. Derek Fisher looks a little better this year, but he's hurt right now. And at the other tackle spot, Jeff Allen, who was the guy who was getting the first-team reps, he's hurt too. Good news is that both those guys are expected to be back by week 1, but there's still a hole at guard. They still don't know who the starter is there, and you got a rookie center. So that's the thing. Like, you signed Jeremy Maclin, you've got Alex Smith some new toys, but if the offensive line isn't better this year, you're going to see the same dink and duck offense you got a year ago.
Yeah, you talk about Jeremy Maclin, who came over from the Philadelphia Eagles. He scored a first touchdown in days and almost a year for the Kansas City Chiefs. What's he going to bring to this offense that hadn't been there?
Yeah, Macklin's outstanding. You know, I've watched him 3 weeks now in camp. This guy's the best receiver they've had in a while here. He's always a little nicked up. Like, you always worry about his health. But outside of that, man, this guy's got everything they kind of need for the Z position, which is the feature position in the West Coast offense. He's fast. He's difficult to cover. He runs good routes. He has good hands. He only had like 2 drops last year. You know, this guy is definitely fit to be kind of the feature receiver in this offense. And he's somebody you can already tell Alex Smith is starting to build a lot of trust in. He targeted him 5 times in the last game. You know, he's going to get his looks. He really is. Especially if teams try and take away Travis Kelce and Jamal Charles. No, I mean, Macklin's going to get his looks, and I expect him to have a nice year.
Agreed. I think he's certainly an upgrade over Bo, #1 pick formerly, never really worked out. He had the one big season. Everything else seems like it was a disappointment. We're talking to Terez Paylor, covers the Chiefs for the Kansas City Star, Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio. Terez, back to Alex for a second and the way he might be forced to play, the O-line, the deficiencies, a lot of dink and dunks as a result. I would submit that even if the O-line was relatively stout, that his arm limitations kind of force you to play that way. He doesn't have a great arm. So is it a byproduct of the eroding O-line or just kind of the limitations of who Alex Smith is?
I mean, that's kind of who he is, but at the same time, he went on top a little more in 2013 when the offensive line was better. So he did take some shots, and he took a few more shots then. Last year he was running for his life, and because the line just, you know, he had a lacerated spleen by the end of the season, guys. So, listen, I mean, he's not like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
You know, he's not out there chucking it downfield. He'll never be that. I believe guys kind of are who they are after their first few years in the league. But he certainly is a guy that would throw downfield more with better protection. Like, we saw that in the playoff game against Indy. Like, he was letting it rip. Like, he was chucking it. And, you know, we really didn't see that at all last year just because left guard position was so bad. Right guard position struggled too. And they just weren't good enough at there. So, you know, if you get him better protection, he will chuck it a little more.
Where's Jamal Charles at? I mean, I know what he said about LeBron, which AP has since taken the baton. He said, no, listen, let's be real. I'm LeBron, you're not. You know, but you never know with these running backs. He's certainly not going to hit a wall this year, but is he still as bouncy and as shifty as he was 3 years ago? Where's he at physically?
He looks like it in camp, but you never know till the games start, right? The thing with him is that, you know, he started getting a little nicked up last year. He was always he's always hurt, you know. You was concerned about him being a hurt guy, you know, because he's always hurt last year. And that happens with running backs, and that's probably one of the signs of decline. But as far as the way he looks, I mean, he looks great. He's just as bouncy as always, the elite burst, vision, shiftiness. We saw all that in training camp. So as long as he stays healthy, Jamal should be just fine. And, you know, he's still a complete back, good fit for this offense.
There you go. Talking to Terez Paylor, Chiefs reporter, Kansas City Star, Tiki and Tierney.
Terez, the defense has always been a consistently good part of this Chiefs team. Eric Berry is back. That's one part I want to ask you about. But how good can this unit continue to be?
This front seven's got a chance to be really good, guys. You know, you got Justin Houston just now entering his prime, 22 sacks. Tamba Hali, another Pro Bowler, is getting up there in age, but Tamba's still a veteran with some savvy. Then you got Derek Johnson in the middle. Yeah, hey, look, man, that's a pretty good trio in the front seven of your defense. And then some of the interior that linemen have, even without Darn Tari Poe, Jay Howard, Mike DeVito, Alan Bay. Like, these guys are pretty good. Like, these guys can play. So as long as they stay healthy, they got a chance to do a lot of damage with teams. Then Sean Smith comes back at cornerback after 3 games. He had a great year last year. It's a secondary with some depth. So as long as they stay healthy, this has a chance to be a very good unit.
What do you see in the division? I mean, is there much of a change from a year ago? Is it still Denver and, at the top and the Raiders at the bottom? I know Tiki and I both like some of the things the Raiders have done, probably a year or two before they really closed the gap. But size up the AFC West for us through your eyes. What do you see?
Sure. Yeah, the Raiders are intriguing. The Raiders are going to be a problem in a year or two. A lot of young talent there, a lot of good young players, but they are probably a year or two away. Then it just depends on how you feel about Del Rio as a coach that can bring it all together.
Yeah.
Team to worry about San Diego. That offense got a little juice with Mills and Gordon now. They're going to be hard to stop because Rivers is a very good quarterback, and now you give him Gordon behind a huge offensive line with Franklin and Fluke and these guys. I mean, it's going to be tough, to stop them. That's a team that could win the division this year. And look, I mean, a lot of people are going to pick Denver to win the division this year. I think that, they're probably a little vulnerable. You lose your coach from the last run they've had. They've gotten rid of him. Kubiak, I think they're a little vulnerable this year. So I think the Chiefs are in position to take the division. The question is, will they be able to do it? We don't know. Hard to say. I think you still have to kind of give it to Denver just because they've won it the last 4 years or whatever. But, they're a little more vulnerable than they have been. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. It's obviously year to year, who knows, big injuries, but it seems like the backdrop of the division is shifting a little bit, which always makes it fun. And, by the way, wanted to get this out there. I believe, now, Randy Kovitz, who's around forever, almost 4 full decades at the Star, just an icon in Kansas City. You're kind of grabbing that baton, right? You're moving up in the world. Is that true?
Yeah. We kind of shared a lot of duties the last few years anyway. But, with Randy gone, I'm getting a lot more of these interviews. So.
Yeah, man. It's okay to be the man, Terez. It's okay to be the man. Good luck with it.
Yeah, we wanted to wish you well. That's why I bring it up, man. Obviously, he carved out an incredible niche in journalism. So good luck, and I know we'll be chatting throughout the season. Good report, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
There you go.